bring in Mick Aussie right now. Mick's NFL picks. The NFL's whacked out this week, so Mick's the perfect guest for it. Mick's best bets. He's in his car right now. He's freezing. It's cold. Hopefully his picks are hot because it's cold where he is. What do you got for us, Mick? Let's get into this. New England Patriots, Indianapolis Colts. What's the Mick Aussie algorithm saying?
Well, I think I'm going to go on the plus. I normally go minus on lots of the games, and I did well on the minus last week because there were some massive wins. I'm going to go for the Patriots. I think it could be a really close game. I just trust the master coach, Bill Belichick. Trust him more. Or Taylor might be able to run on that defense, but you got to trust Belichick. They are due for a loss. Could be an absolute ripper. Saturday night football, NFL. Can't wait. Take the Patriots on the plus and the money line, I think.
I'm on the Indianapolis Colts in this game.
Me too.
And I believe Cam is on the Indianapolis Colts. All right, Mick. So on the Sunday, and there's been craziness in the NFL with all these cancellations. There's no Browns-Raiders game on Saturday anymore. Carolina Panthers and the Buffalo Bills, 11.5 points right now. New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are minus 9.5. Dallas Cowboys minus 10.5 at the New York Giants. Pittsburgh Steelers. I know you love the black and gold teams, Mick. Pittsburgh Steelers -1 against the Tennessee Titans. Jacksonville Jaguars. Some of that hype's dying down a little bit now. It's 4.5. Cards minus 12.5 against the Detroit Lions. San Francisco minus 9.5 against the Falcons. And for whatever reason, that's the game that catches my eye the most in the NFL. I think the Dirty Bird are going to hang around. Your Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. Everybody likes the Broncos this week. Says, the Bengals suck. I think this could be the Bengals where they strike here. So we got the Bengals versus the horses here. What's your pick, Mick? Denver Broncos or Bengals?
Gonna be a tough one. I have been a big fan of the Bengals this year. They've let me down lately. It's that mile high. I really hope the Broncos win. I don't think they will, but I'm going to pick them because I have to. But crucial game, isn't it? Both teams 7-6. The Broncos can do it, and all we need is a star quarterback next year. I'm hoping the Broncos, but Bengals probably.
Man, I'm just realizing too. I've got like, I don't know, $300, $400. I think $300. Not a $500. I think it's a $250 or $300 play on the Broncos under 8.5. They're knocking on the door right now. Knocking on the door. This would be a big game.
I'm going to be honest with you, Gabe.
Knock them down.
I think there's a lot of things going on. I actually like Denver. I think there's they talk a couple of players on since he's got the flu. They haven't had any COVID news or anything like that. I'm actually surprised that the line went to 2.5. I like Denver. One thing I've learned about the Broncos, I'm not messing with these guys at home. They get things done the way they beat down the Chargers. The Bengals are a good story. I like them, but I'm taking the Broncos on the money line. I like the horses this week. I'm with Mick. Let's go Broncos.
It is a good point that Cab just raised, though, but 2-1 Rangers now, really. 2-1 New York Rangers over Vegas. It is a good point, though. All these NFL games. That's why I've been less into the NFL this week than I've been all year. It's good that there's the bowl games. I don't know. Like you said, I'm not placing any more NFL bets right now until the weekend.
No.
I don't know who's going to play. I don't know who's playing, Mick, right? It's crazy.
Exactly.
It's in and out, Cam. It's crazy. So, I don't know, though. Tough game, man. The Bengals season's on the line here. I think Burrow's going to step up this week. I don't trust the Broncos laying 3, but you're right. They played well against the Chargers. The Packers are up to 7 right now against the Ravens. The Buccaneers are minus 11.5. And I'll tell you what, guys, the Saints are 3-1 straight up against Tom Brady. The only time he beat him was in a playoff game last year. They beat him earlier this year. They embarrassed them last year, and now they're getting 11.5. And I said earlier, I think the Saints are going to make the playoffs and backdoor this thing. I think they're the team is better than the record says they are, and they just were beaten down by injuries. But, man, if they pull this game off, they're definitely going to the playoffs. But who you got here, Mick? Tom Brady or the New Orleans Saints? $11.5. Who you got?
Well, I got the Bucks to win, but I'm with you. I think the Saints might cover. They do well against the Bucks, as you know. Like you said, 3-0 since Brady's been there in the regular season. Oh, could be a good one. I'd like the Saints to cover there, but be careful. You never know. Bucks at home are good. A lot of points, so I'll take the plus on that one, and I don't take the plus very often, really.
All right. So, what are your best bets, Mick? What's the gut feel, NFL knowledge, NFL media, Mick Aussie algorithm? We got to
throw COVID and illness. COVID and illness need to be a topic now.
Gut feel, NFL knowledge. What do you got for us?
You're dead right, Cam. Item E, injuries. Well, you got to have COVID with that as injuries, and it could. Correct. Normally, I go between 0 and 3 points with injuries. Man, we can go up to 7 points for COVID plus injuries. But I will be bringing out that calculation once the playoffs start, because it does give me a very good idea. Okay, I like the Titans. I win and cover against those dirty, rotten Steelers. Steelers can't stop the run. Titans will run a few running backs now that the guy with the raccoon tail is still out. Henry, he's still out. I like the Titans to win well. And I think the Packers are going to cover, even though Aaron Rodgers has got a busted up toe. Or Huntley looks good with the Ravens, but I think the Packers are just too good. 7's a bit of a worry. It was 5.5 before I heard you say that, Gabe. So maybe the Packers on the minus. And I like the Dolphins to cover as well. They're going along very nicely. The Dolphins on the minus, so I'm not scared to take quite a few on the minus because, like I said, there were some big wins last week.
Yeah, it's a strange week this week, Cam. Like I said, I've been saying it. It feels like it's the last week of the year where it's one of those, I don't know, like this team, who's playing, who's not. But these teams do need these games. And I don't know, Mick, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's logical that there's going to be a lot of blowouts, right? Look, the Buffalo Bills, this is a game where the Bills could beat up on the Panthers a bit. Right? The Bills like to beat up on bad teams. They're a frustrated team. They need to get on track, but they also just need to win a football game. And they also have the Patriots coming up next week as well. So I think the Bills win. I'm not really in a hurry to lay 12 points. I already have them in a moneyline parlay with the Chiefs from last night. The Jets and the Dolphins, that's one of those weird rivalries, Cam, in which
I like the
throw
Jets.
out the records. Everything weird always happens in Dolphin-Jet games.
And you know
it's
what,
just been
Gabe?
that way for 40 years.
The Dolphins have been very good, but their offense doesn't lean to like covering big point spreads. If Zach Wilson doesn't throw pick sixes, I think the Jets can linger in this game. I think it's too many points. I think the Dolphins win maybe by like a touchdown, not win by 10.
And Mick, what do you think of Urban Meyer kicking players and Urban Meyer getting fired? Are you liking the Jags this week like everyone else now that he's gone?
You know, when I heard he got fired, I thought of you probably first because I've heard you diss Urban Myers for years. And I agree, mate. These college-rich coaches that get paid all that money in college, they think they're too good. And yes, I did hear, what was the Kiko Lambo is his name? That's not on, mate, especially these days. So that sounds a bit of truth where he kicked the kicker. I should get my kicking boots on and ready to punt with all these
kicking boots.
Outs.
Kicking boots, yes. I like that.
It's like Bart Simpson when he went to Australia. They gave him the boot.
That's right, the big boot. Yeah.
Yeah, he pissed off Australia, and they said, you got to take a boot. It was a big boot. Some like big drunk Aussie came in with the boot.
It was amazing.
So that's great. You're kicking boots. All right,
yes.
Mick. Find Mick on Twitter at Mick Aussie. Start getting some NBL picks ready, Mick, next week.